Do any of you remember that Buffalo mass shooting that occurred, I think like maybe 3 years ago? This guy walked into a grocery store and just shot everybody up within eyesight.
This was pure evil.
We're following breaking news out of Buffalo, where 10 people are dead and 3 others are wounded after a gunman opened fire at a top supermarket today. Authorities investigating it as a racially motivated hate crime. Good evening, I'm Chase Howell. Police say the suspect is 18-year-old Peyton Gendron of Conklin, New York. He was arraigned tonight on first-degree murder charges. Authorities say the suspect live-streamed the attack on social media. The gunman was dressed in Army fatigues and a helmet. Grady Lewis is still in disbelief after what he witnessed while sitting outside of the grocery store.
I seen a guy in a full Army suit just shooting shots at people, and I seen a security guard running the store, and then I seen the guy go in Army style, bent over, just shooting at people, and I heard him shooting at people, and then I saw 3 people laying down, and I didn't have a phone on me. So I was just screaming for somebody to call the police, and then he came out. He put the gun to his head, to his chin, then he dropped it, and he took off his bulletproof vest, and then he got on his hands and knees and put his hands behind his back, and then they arrested him.
It was disgusting, disturbing, and he belongs in jail forever. And I want you to get a good look at him. Look at this creature. Look at this ugly mutant crying, sniffling. That was just all sad. Got snot all in his nose. Just a creature. Don't deserve nothing but the pits of hell waiting for him. Well, currently, he's going in and out of court. Why? Because he wants those charges rearranged or dropped. Why? Oh, because the jury just so happened to be a little bit unfavorable to him because they were too white. A white supremacist who shot and killed 10 black people at a supermarket in Buffalo, New York, asked the judge to dismiss his federal case because not enough black and Hispanic people were on the grand jury that indicted him, a motion filed by his attorneys on August 14th. I need y'all to understand that I live in a world where a lot of people talk about the diversity, the equity, and the inclusion, and how it's corrupted our society. But I feel as though if there were more black or Hispanics in that courtroom, you'd probably already be dead via the electric chair. So when you're sitting there complaining about too white being in the courtroom that ultimately decided your fate, you're losing me just a little bit. Lawyers for Peyton Gendron, terrible name, the gunman who is serving 11 life sentences on state charges in connection with the 2022 massacre, said black and Hispanic people are systemically underrepresented in the Southern District of New York's jury pools, violating the constitutional rights of defendants. In response, the U.S. Attorney's Office said Gendron's lawyers failed to prove that there is a systemic underrepresentation in the jury pool and urged the judge to reject the motion. The judge has not filed a decision as of August 15th. Could you imagine? Wait, just stop. Just stop for a second. All these people who we've seen talk about the underrepresentation of black people and Hispanics and Asians, Latinas, Latinxs, LGBTQ, all these things. Imagine killing those people, killing black people, and then getting 11 life sentences just to then turn around and say, you know, black people are underrepresented in this court system, and I believe that is violating their rights and my rights because you had this all-white jury and you had them punish me, and I don't think that's quite fair to my African-American brothers out in the world who could maybe, just maybe see me and see that I was going through something, and they will be nicer to me in this society. You are fucking insane, my good sir. The back and forth comes as Gendron is expected to go on trial next year for federal hate crime charges that carry the possibility of the death penalty. Stop. Just give him the death penalty. We don't need it. We ain't got to go through this whole kerfuffle. I don't need to know his backstory. I don't need to know his lineage. I don't need to understand him. Let's just skip to the end with this. I get it. Legal practices such and such and such. But this dude went in and killed a bunch of people he didn't even know. He just killed them, murdered them. Maliciously. I think, isn't this the one where he went in, filmed it, and he had a dude dead to rights? Scary shit. He had a dude at gunpoint, and the dude just cowered. And he said, oops, sorry, and then proceeded to move on to the next person. Lock him away. He's already in jail. Give him the chair! Gendron's attorneys say that the grand jury that indicted their client was drawn from a pool that was missing 1/3 of the black persons expected and 1/3 of the Hispanic/Latino persons expected. The filing did not include the exact makeup of the grand jury, but the judge said at a hearing this week that the addition of 2 more black people on the 60-person grand jury would have been the balanced panel. Gendron's attorneys also said that the district largely delegates the process of jury sourcing to an outside vendor that failed to properly document its procedures. The U.S. Attorney's Office did not immediately respond to a request to comment. Diversity in jury pools has been a long-standing issue plaguing the criminal justice system. Advocates have called for changes to the jury pool selection process on local, state, and federal levels, such reducing a reliance on voter rolls, which experts say can exclude some racial groups. Who cares? I want him to not have anything he could want. He deserves nothing. I don't care if you line up a bunch of Irish Lucky Charms hat wearing motherfuckers. He gonna get the same outcome. He's a murderer. And he deserves nothing but the current jail sentence he has. And maybe, just maybe, if we're lucky enough, just a little bit of that death sentence. And then maybe after that, I could phone in my good friend Satan, and Satan could get that fiery pitchfork and he could just shove it right into his back and leave it there so that everybody could get a look at the ugly nerd who's nothing more than a loser and a murderer. We don't need all this pomp and circumstance around, oh, this jury wasn't diverse enough. You are still a murderer. No matter if we had the complete rainbow, it's not going to erase the fact of the evidence that proves you deserve nothing in this world but your own demise, and I will gladly sit here with pep in my step and maybe a pocket pussy to my right hand, letting the world know that no matter what, you are nothing more than a murderer and you deserve nothing but your own suffering because you're nothing more than a piece of shit, and I hope you have a horrible remainder of your life. White jury or no white jury.